Alright, so we're gonna review Dragon Ball Super, Chapter 31. General thoughts, I guess? Pretty meh, pretty shit. Combination of both, but, yeah. So, as usual, I'll go over how I'm gonna do this. Because this comes, like, way after the anime, so I'm gonna say what this manga, if it did anything better than its anime counterpart, what it kept, and what it made worse. Because I've already done like the episode, or probably have already done the episode review. And if I haven't, I'm gonna do it like in my entire like arc review, and like whenever I get to that, which is probably gonna be like 4 months from now. So 3 months from now, excuse me. So yeah. Let's start with the good things that I feel like this chapter did. I like Marin, that moment where Marin's playing 18 in checkers and chess, whatever. I like that. And her actually looking older is good, unlike how she just looks the fucking same like in the manga or in the anime. Even though she still looks like a little like too. She doesn't look. She should look like Gohan. You know. She should be like what, like 9 years old or something right now, right? How old was she in the Buu arc? Like 4, right, or something, 5. I don't know. She was like a toddler, but. I feel like she should look a lot older, personally. But at least she looks somewhat older, so that's good. But yeah, so I like that moment, like Marin and 18 like playing checkers, and she actually gets like, she's not necessarily winning, but she actually like gets like an advantage over 18. I like that. So Goku not knowing what 17 looks like, that was good. That moment he's like, oh shit, like I don't know what 17 looks like. That moment was good. The actual fight between 17 and Goku was way better than the Super one because he fought him as a Super Saiyan 3 instead of a Super Saiyan Blue. So it's more believable, the amount of resistance and effort and the amount of fight that would go into that sort of like a combat, that sort of like conflict. It slightly could have been done better though by not having Goku be so shocked in that form at 17 strength, especially since that would imply he's above Fat Buu, right? Like, if 17 can like do that against like Super Saiyan 3 Goku who's trained with fucking Whis, you know, then what would this 17 do against Buu back in the Buu arc, you know? So it's a very, I guess it's a very tricky line. I get that, you know, 17 is a new character and that you want to show like this dude is strong, but just have Goku be a Super Saiyan 2. You don't have to make him like, you know what I mean? Anyway. To me, that's how it should have been. Like Goku as a Super Saiyan 2 fighting 17. Take small and baby steps. Don't fucking like overly power scale this dude. Anyway. But the point is, like, it was much better than the anime version where you fought him as a Super Saiyan Blue. But again, like Goku is trained with Whis, so it's not like totally like 100% like spotless clean writing here. But I like how the Yamcha situation was handled too. Like Bulma was going to say Yamcha, and then like she was cut off. I like that rather than how they treat Yamcha just like as a straight up joke in the anime, which I feel like is kind of like disrespectful to that character. Because it's one of those things where it's just like more like fan pandering. Like it's aware of like the internet meme, and you know, like there's certain ways to do that. Like you can still like do that and be like a good show, like Gintama. Like Gintama is very much aware of like internet memes, like like Hirohiko Araki being like eternally youthful, right? And it tells those things like in not meaningful, but in proper ways, where it does it in such a way that it doesn't feel like it's cheapening like the quality and the storytelling of itself. But here, at least here, I feel like it's doing that personally, or at least with the Yamcha stuff. It's just like, oh yeah, because it's again, Super is just stressing, the anime is just stressing that one thing over and fucking over again, same thing over again, and yeah. Anyway. The Yamcha situation was much better handled over here than in the anime. Excuse me. Than in the anime. Things the manga kept for this arc. Goku lying is still in here, which is fucking retarded. So Beerus has Goku lie about the universes because it will scare everyone. This is just so fucking retarded. This is like it's honestly like gives me brain cancer. Dude, you yourself fought Goku and you were gonna blow up the fucking planet. Piccolo was gonna destroy the whole world. The Saiyans, the androids, Buu, Frieza twice, Zamasu. You fought all these dudes who were trying to like blow up the earth, kill everyone, and now for some reason, because you're gonna have him lie because it will scare them? What the fuck do you mean scared? Like, why would Piccolo or Gohan be scared of this? Why would Vegeta be scared of this? If anything, you telling them that will make them that much more alert when they go and fight. So they kept the lying thing that they kept in the anime. It's just so fucking stupid. I don't remember if wasn't it that Goku and Gohan both thought that they should lie about that? Wasn't it Goku and Gohan in the anime, like, they came up with that plan together to lie about it? But here it's Beerus telling Goku to lie. Anyway, point is the lying thing stays, and that's stupid. 18 is motivated once again by money, but it's actually better here, right? Because, I mean, her being motivated by money was in character in both the anime and the manga. But the reason for why she is motivated by money makes much more sense here, right? Because she's being lied to. It was bad in the anime because even after she found out that the universe was going to be erased, she still had to be motivated by money to go and fight. And oh man, we're going to talk about 17 when it comes to that. But it makes much more sense over here in the manga, even if that reason shouldn't exist in the first place. Like, even Beerus telling Goku to lie shouldn't have happened. At least that reason makes it much more sensible why she would believe, or it makes much more sense for her to be motivated by money. So, another thing that was kept was Popo being adamant about Goku calling Dende Kami, but I actually don't have much of a problem with it over here. I actually don't really consider it much of a flaw in this case as it was in the anime, because the wording and the way in which it's done is done much better over here. Like Popo tells Goku, like, hey, like, he's all friendly and stuff, and then he says it sort of like in a slightly like condescending tone, whereas in the anime it was just straight up like, call Dende a god that is god to you. Like, he just like straight up did it like fucking angrily. So it's much better here. Kami's lookout being able to move, that was also kept. I actually praise that in the anime, but it's different here for some reason. For some reason, I don't like how it's done in the manga over here as opposed to the anime. Maybe because of Popo's explanation of trying to retroactively include, like, oh, like Kami like moving like as a ship in the sky. Maybe that's the reason why I don't like it as much over here as I do in the anime, because Popo had to explain that. Whereas, like, when it happened in the anime, it just happened. Like, there was no need for Popo to say, like, oh, this is what we do all the time. And Goku has to go like, oh, I didn't know that. I'll be sure to remember, whatever. So yeah, I like it much more in the anime, but it was still kept. The Hunters and the Munitauruses are kept, though I like that. I do like the Munitauruses thing, though the way I'd rather have this than the filler episodes, like him dealing with like fucking alien poachers and everything. The characterization in those episodes was pretty much trash compared to this. So the Hunters and the Munitauruses are kept, and they're just treated. They're dealt with quickly. So I like that. 17 initially had a good reason for declining Goku because of money. Like, he didn't need that much money. But actually, no, that's actually not true, because he wants 5 billion yen. So to decline Goku because of money, I actually should put that in the things manga made worse. But I'll just say it now. But the thing that they kept was that they have him decline because of fate reasons. Once again, once he finds out that Goku is lying, and that there's a real reason that once he finds out that the universe is going to be destroyed, he still doesn't want to fight. Like that's just so out of character. 17 back in the end. I mean, I get the characters change, but 17, the point of his character is that he's rebellious. He's a rebellious character. He's he's very much independent and rebellious and like quote unquote a bad boy, right? No homo. So for him to decline, like for him to just accept his fate, like goes against that. If he finds out that his family is going to be killed, he shouldn't just accept that. He should fight for that. He should fucking fight for that. So for him to decline because of fate reasons again, that's once again like trash characterization, like in the fucking anime. 17's wish for a cruiser is also kept. And I think I actually criticized this the first time that I talked about, like, oh, this is 17's dream or whatever. But after reading the fight between Vegeta and 18 again, and some of the events before that, like when 17 and 18 and 16 are activated, I realized that I'm actually like in the wrong for that. It actually makes sense why he'd want one, why he'd want a cruiser, despite having the ability to go ahead and fly like so fast around the world like Gotenks, right? And so it actually makes sense why he'd want one, despite being able to roam around the world with flight with his family. And the reason I say that is because if you remember, 17, he was very leisurely. Like when he took the vehicle. Remember, he and 17 and 18 and 16, like they were driving like in the truck and stuff. And then like 18 asked him like, oh, we can just fly there. But then 17 was like, oh no, it's more much. Let's take our time, right? So him, quote unquote, taking his time and just being like all leisure like, I actually think that actually makes much sense over here for him to want to have a cruiser and sail around the world with his whole family. I actually think that actually makes sense, and that's very much in character. So if I did criticize that, which I think I did, I was very much in the wrong for doing that. I was very much in the wrong for criticizing his dream, because it actually makes sense if you go back and you read like that part with Vegeta and 18 and the events before that, and you see like how his character deals, or you see like how his character is when he's traveling with 18 and 16 when trying to go ahead and kill Goku. So Boo not fighting is once again kept, and I mean this was obvious, but the fact that it's actually kept in, like, we get to like the actual like story part, where it actually happens. Now I can talk about it. So Boo not fighting is once again trash, because it just once again shows that he, Goten, and Trunks don't get to do anything, and like they don't get to do anything in this series. Something which the anime has done better. You know, they have Gotenks and filler and all this, though. It's, you know, when they include them, when they try to make them fight in the anime, it's done in a very horrible way. Anyway, like the fucking the Basil fight, and Boo slumming up and beats Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and Goten and Trunks taking care of like an island, and episode 2 or episode 1 with the snake and all that, all trash, all fucking trash. So the anime is better in that regard, but the way in which it does it is still trash. So yeah. Boo not fighting just shows he, Goten, and Trunks are worthless in this series, unfortunately. They did address Boo sleeping for 1 second, and I do sort of commend them for that, because it was actually 5 in the original manga. He actually sleeps for 5 seconds in the original manga when he makes his house. So they changed that to 1. Not a big deal, but it's because it still gets across the idea that he sleeps like very quickly. But the reason this still is a problem is because how does Mr. Satan even know he was in a state of... So before I get to that, actually, Boo can't fight because he's in a hibernation period where he sleeps for 2 months, right? This is still a problem because how does Mr. Satan even know he was in a state of sleeping for 2 months? Granted, Toyotaro's 1 second flub should mean that Satan could wait for a second, 2 seconds, whatever, and then see if Boo wakes up. But come on, that's just like such a trash way for him to realize that, right? So to me, like excluding Boo for no reason is just bullshit, regardless. And now we'll get to the things that the manga actually made worse for the Universe Survival arc. Basically why this chapter is trash. So it's not really a big problem in the beginning, but Mr. Satan defeating Cell on TV is kind of unbelievable, considering what was aired on the camera during the Cell games. Like, you saw Goku fighting Cell, you saw Mr. Satan lose, like in the first round, you saw Gohan fight Cell. I remember at one point, at least in the anime, the cord was cut in something, but I don't remember if all the footage was caught. But then they somehow get footage of 17, right? So this makes no sense to me, because Mr. Satan defeating Cell, that's fake as fuck, obviously, right? But somehow they get real footage of 17. Like, how? If the stuff before that, was just a dramatization, so how do you have like real stuff of 17 right after? I mean, it's not so unbelievable to believe that, oh, they had fake footage and real footage, and then they edited that shit together, right? So, I mean, I guess that's possible, but it's still weird for them to be still there at the battlefield while 17 has just been revived. Like, as soon as like the Z Fighters leave, they should leave, right? Like, why would they even be there? Toyotaro spends way too much time on gags in this chapter, like with Goku eating at 18's place, Krillin's and 18's place. Toriyama, like, it's very un-Toriyama-esque, because Toriyama, he would only spend a couple panels here and there, like, dealing with the funny stuff, which is what made it so, like, poignant and so, like, memorable, and so fresh, too. Like, it wasn't, like, 5, 6, 7 panels of the same thing. It was, like, 2 or 3 panels here and there. Another thing this chapter does terribly is people blaming Goku. I don't know what's wrong with my voice. Damn. Popo says that it's Goku's fault when it's established that without Goku, the universe is done for. So, and it's just, this is once again trash writing. And again, this is what I was saying earlier. Every arc, it should be Goku's fault. Every arc that happens should be Goku's fault, but it shouldn't be so much Goku's direct fault. It should be his fault indirectly. Like, the Goku Black Zamasu stuff happens because of Goku, but it's not like he purported that. It's not like he did something that made something. You know what I mean? It's not Goku's fault that Zamasu stole his body. It's not Goku's fault that Frieza was revived for a second time. It's not Goku's fault that Boo, or sorry, not Boo. It's not Goku's fault that Boo was there on Earth and he was revived when he was trying to stop Majin Vegeta. It's not Goku's fault that Cell was created. You know, it should be indirectly his fault. But now we have all these characters blaming him. Popo saying it's Goku's fault when it's established that without Goku, you know, the universe is going to be erased. So the thing is, if he was able to know that it's Goku's fault, then he should have been able to hear Whis say that it wasn't his fault, that he actually gave them a fighting chance. So once again, it's just like meaningless, unnecessary trash writing. It's just filler space that has no place in the chapter. Dende, for some reason, is worried about an evil Android 17 when he has Goku and Vegeta, who have trained with Whis as his allies. Once again, woohoo, 10 out of 10 writing. Goku, for some reason, is once again shocked at Oob's existence. And look, the problem here is that when the Goku Oob stuff, it's so good because before Super, Goku had to wait and remember Oob for 10 years after he killed Boo, right? That's what made that fight so nice. Boo was such a strong opponent that Goku could not wait to fight him again. And he waited 10 years for that to happen. And obviously, like, it was on his mind so much that when he talked with Vegeta towards the end of Z, like, he remembered who that person was, right? So, the fact that he, like, now he's shocked once again at Oob's existence just kind of erases what makes that moment so special. And obviously the anime did that too. So yeah, that was terrible. Goku is once again dumb in this chapter for some reason too, because he asks if the mask that one of the hunters have over his head, if it makes 17 stronger. And I pretty much got like a brain aneurysm when I heard that. So Toyotaro's fight choreography is still pretty bad compared to Toriyama. Like 17 taking care of the robbers was just like, it was really just like not, I don't know, it just wasn't good. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any of the hits. I didn't feel a sense of speed, nothing. His fight choreography is terrible, which is a shame because fights are an important part of Dragon Ball as a whole. So 17 then says that he was able to see and hear Goku while inside Cell, which makes no sense because when 18 was regurgitated, she was unconscious. So it makes no sense that 17 was all of a sudden like awake and wide awake inside of fucking Cell. That makes no sense. 17, and once again more Goku stupidity, as 17 has to tell Goku that monsters are wildlife too, as if Goku didn't know that, despite him being raised in the wild for like almost, 11, 12 years of his life, whatever it was. However many years it was after he killed Grandpa Gohan, so. There's also a moment where we see 17 and 18 talk after he's revived. 18 tells 17's name, so like they're talking, right? And 18 tells 17 Krillin's name, like she says like, this is Krillin, that Krillin guy. But she tells it in such a way as if she doesn't know who Krillin is, which makes no sense because 17 knew who Vegeta was when 18 was fighting Vegeta. Like, they had information from Jiro, like, on the Z fighters, so it doesn't make sense, like, why 18 would say, like, oh, that Kuririn guy. Like, the way that she says it makes it seem like they don't know who Krillin is, and that's contradictory. I also don't understand, like, why 18 leaves 17 at the end of their talk, because 17 and 18 were brother and sister, and they were always together, right? They cared about one another. So 18 leaving 17 and saying, I'm gonna live my life on my own, what the fuck? Like that's just unnatural. That makes no sense. That doesn't fit well with their character dynamic. And we also have a very small problem the next couple of pages later, It's a very small problem, but Toriyama wouldn't waste 2 to 3 panels on Bulma telling Beerus to watch himself around a baby. Just saying. That was I hate when too much time is spent on like meaningless shit. So that's basically what that was. Piccolo is like Popo blames Goku for this, which is fucking stupid because Piccolo apparently really like people comment on Piccolo's brains, but really the only instance of Piccolo having like any sort of intelligence or like his intelligence being like that like praised was in the Boo arc when he was absorbed by Boo. So it's just funny to me that people like, oh, Piccolo's intelligent, but one compliment by Boo doesn't really mean much. Anyway, Piccolo blames Goku for the most part, like Popo, which is stupid. And obviously Piccolo training Gohan again happens. Now, the reason I don't know if I explained like why this was a problem back in the anime, but Piccolo training Gohan again, it's such fan pandering. It's such fan pandering, and it's an obvious nostalgia grab, and it's yet another reason. It's yet another callback in Super, and it's just one of the reasons why Super sucks is because it relies too heavily on these nostalgic moments, these nostalgic callbacks, these homages, whatever. It's just, that's one of the reasons why it sucks. It's the same thing. It's same. It might as well be called Dragon Ball same. There's so much of the same shit from Z or in the original Dragon Ball that it doesn't feel like its own new series. And Piccolo training Gohan again is so obvious of that. It's such fan pandering. Oh my god. Gohan trained with the Goten to get his fucking instincts back in the Boo arc. Why does it have to be Piccolo? Why can't it be someone new? Why can't it be like Beerus or Whis? Why can't it be like Vegeta? You know? Why can't it be Vegeta? I'd rather have Vegeta train Gohan instead of Goku or Piccolo, honestly. Just to have something new. But no, yet again we get Piccolo training Gohan. It's the same shit over and over again. So yeah. Very disappointed in the chapter. It's very meh, very shit. And yeah, like I said, the manga is not perfect. And yeah, Dragon Ball Super sucks as usual. So thank you guys for watching. I really don't have anything else to say. Eat Chipotle. I have some here. Okay, anyway. And eat pho too. That's it for there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys. I'll probably do a stream tonight. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.